Governor, on the Attorney General's resignation, was there any discussion at all between you or your staff on whether he should go or stay, or did it completely come out of the blue for you?
It was obvious that it's been a tough environment for him, for the entire Department of Law, with some of the politics that have played in this building. But I'm not going to speculate on his reasons, and we're happy to have Mr. Sabatini's efforts right now that are good efforts to continue with the Department of Law and the AG's office, and things are going fine.
Was there a discussion with any of your staff or yourself on whether he should stay in that position?
No. It was his decision, and I won't speculate on his reasons.
Did he talk with you beforehand and ask you for your advice whether you should stay or go, or?
No, I'm not going to talk about the personnel issues at that level, about personal conversations with my staff members, especially cabinet members.
Governor, it's not a public issue. You seem everything you don't want to talk about becomes a personnel issue. When the chief law enforcement officer of the state resigned after being criticized by the legislature. Right. Is that not a public issue?
It is, but you're saying that I've used what? You're suggesting as
you don't want to talk about it? Yes, ma'am. That was what I said.
When did I do that before, I guess?
Well, any number of times, but this is a
like when? So that I make sure that we're all
about your children, about all the different Monaghan incidents.
Oh, personal, not personnel, you're saying. When I talk about my children...
My accent, ma'am, but you're hiding things behind it. You seem to hide things by describing them as personnel issues when they're really...
Okay, but when we talk about my children, that's not personnel issues. Those are personal issues.
Okay, I'm not asking about your children. We'd appreciate if we didn't get sidetracked that way.
Well, I just want to make sure that we're absolutely clear, because sometimes things get printed and broadcast that aren't quite clear. You ring a bell, it's really tough to unring the bell. That's why we want to be really clear on what you're asking.
Would the Attorney General have been at his job today if it wasn't his choice to resign?
It was his choice to resign.
So you had no qualms with any of the criticism from the legislature? He didn't do anything wrong? Or?
It was his choice to resign, and if you want to talk to him more in detail about why he chose to resign, to leave state service, of course you're free to do that. I won't speak for him, okay? Except to say I was very happy with his work. I have great respect for Talis Colberg. He came in at the right time, being the right person from the private sector to come in understanding that our state government needed ethics reform. He brought that in without any kind of agenda that would have been tied to any special interests or government interests or really any strong partisan political interests. He was the right person at the right time, and the entire cabinet, I will speak for them also, saying we have so appreciated Talis's efforts and his good work for the 2+ years that he served.
Did you ask the Attorney General to write a letter in response to SR 5?
To SR 5?
That's the contempt resolution passed by the Senate.
I don't remember if he wrote a letter.
I don't remember a letter.
He wasn't asked to write anything or do anything in regards to that.
Yeah, he did not write it. We haven't seen a letter.
Yeah.
But he was not asked to write one, is the question.
No, we didn't do it. No.
What was he asked to do in response to that resolution?
He was required by the lawmakers to show up and testify, but we didn't have to ask him to do that. Did not micromanage the Attorney General in doing the job that he knew he was to do. Yeah. I'm not sure what the suggestion would be there in that question. Go ahead.